Hello everyone, we are economic students from CUHK. I am Chris.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Royal.
Today, we are going to talk about the topic, how do income and ethnic diversity affect food preference? As you know, Hong Kong is a food paradise providing a wide range of cuisine that suits Hong Kong citizens with different cultural, economic, and racial backgrounds. As consumerism is prevalent in modern society, food preference is becoming more vital. Food is no longer a necessity for humans, but plays an important role in living standards and culture. Have you noticed that there is a special distribution of restaurants in Hong Kong? Most of the high-class restaurants tend to be located in high-income districts, while many of the local restaurants tend to be located in low-income districts. Have you taken a meal in Cha Chan Tings and Dai Pai Dons? Usually they are located in Sha Tin, Sham Shui Po, and Yuen Long. Those places are low-income districts. Therefore, people argue that there is a relationship between food preference, the household's income, and the citizen's ethnicity. Food preference also has a meaning to the priority of eating. When you prepare to have lunch or dinner, you first need to decide what you want to eat. Some countries view food preference as a pleasure of life and a petition of individuals because it is related to social class, which is determined by income and wealth. Nowadays, people seek to achieve social mobility by presenting themselves through the display of goods, such as cuisine. Moreover, food preference varies with ethnic cultures. Different cultures have various attitudes and impressions toward food. Do you know that beef is not eaten by Indians because cow is a scarce animal in India and beef is not food for them? Since Hong Kong is an international city which has an appealing attractiveness in living and business, therefore, compared to other cities, Hong Kong has a large number of immigrants, causing an indispensable effect on food preference.
Okay, let me talk about the methodology that we adopted in our research. The data were collected from OpenRice, a local representative app that provides the price range of the cuisines, their styles, and the location of them. Besides, the figures of population and household statistics from the district councils will also be investigated to estimate the income of 18 districts and ratio of ethnic minorities in Hong Kong. Several ordinary least square regression models with multiple variables of the data will be constructed. Currently, there is no research paper provides a generally accepted model to investigate the correlation between the citizens' income, the ratio of ethnic minorities in a particular district, and citizens' food preference. Okay, as we can see in the first regression model, we aim to find out how income affects the preference of low-class cuisines. We would generally think that maybe rich people tend not to eat low-class food as they would only go to some high-class restaurants. But is that true? So let us take a look at this graph. You can see the 18 stocks in these graphs representing the 18 samples, which are the data of 18 districts that we collected. In this graph, the x-axis is the median of income, and the y-axis is the ratio of low-class cuisines. From the regression, we can see there is no significant relationship between household's income and the preference for low-class food. The one on the far right is the richest district, which is central and western. However, on the far left, the one is the poorest district, Kwun Tong. They actually have similar proportion of low-class restaurants in there. So we now know that income is not related, to the preference for low-class food. Then, does the income of households affect the preference for Hong Kong food? The answer seems no, as there's no significant evidence to prove this statement. So we can conclude that whether you are rich or poor, you are still gonna consume Hong Kongese food and some low-class cuisines.
Then let us think of the minorities. Do they prefer their local food? Here we use Japanese as an example. X-axis is the ratio of Japanese in each district. Y-axis is the ratio of Japanese restaurants. We could see a positive relationship between them. On average, 1 percentage point increase in the ratio of Japanese people will lead to 0.44 percentage point increase in Japanese restaurant in that community. Besides Japanese, we also use the same method on Korean in Hong Kong. And we also see a similar result. So we can conclude that they really do prefer their local food. By the way, when we talk about Japanese cuisine, it is always relatively expensive and presents a more high-class image. So do rich people prefer it? We can also see a positive relationship here. On average, when income increased by 10,000 Hong Kong dollar, the ratio of Japanese cuisine in that district would increase by 3.6 percentage points. Actually, previous studies give us some inspiration on this result. Let us first think of Japanese cuisine. They are generally more healthy, such as sushi and green tea. Research shows that adopting Japanese dietary would benefit our health. While another study says that rich people concern more about their health. So it is definitely not surprised to see the result here. Besides this, we would also like to figure out how do income and ethnic diversity affect food diversity. So the x-axis of these two graphs are median income and minorities ratio respectively. And y-axis of both two graphs are the ratio of non-Chinese cuisine. So by running regression, we could see here both income and ethnic diversity improve the diversity of cuisine. So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your attention, and feel free to see the questions that we designed and see can you get the correct answers. Thank you.